Okay. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you all, my lovely viewers? First, I would like by thanking my followers, my viewers who have joined me here to my page. And my name is Asma. To whoever who don't know me, my name is Asma. I am from India, currently staying in the UAE. I have two kids, and today, joining with me live is a very special guest, Mrs. Farhana Davis. And she's going to go live with us today. And she's going to tell us all about her digital business. She's been in the business for around 13 years. Yes, Farhana?
No, I've been in the business for 5 years. I've been a business owner for 13 years.
You can introduce yourself, Farhana.
Okay, I'll introduce myself. I think we got it. Okay, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you, Asma, so much for having me on your page. Jazakallah khair. My name is Farhana David, and I'm from South Africa. I'm a wife and a mom, and I'm also a student. I'm an entrepreneur for 13 years. So what that means is that I've done many other businesses. Okay, and so I've been in this business now for 5 months. So I am still a newbie, I think. And I've been in this business. Can you see me? Is it the
Yes, yes, yes. Quite clear.
Okay, so I've been in this business for 5 months, and it's the very first time that I find myself in the online space, and so I'm excited just to share with everybody exactly, what that entails and so on. So, because for a lot of people, that is a new concept, and so that is what we're doing here today.
So, Farhana, why this business when you were doing physical business? So why did you choose to go online?
So, with regards to traditional business, right? There are there's pros and cons with everything, right? But eventually what had happened with traditional business is just that the cons became to outweigh the pros. For example, like with a traditional business, you constantly need to be selling. So those are that is the one thing that was very tiring and taxing on me, because you need to be selling, what's the next big thing out there and whatever. Because initially I had done holiday businesses, and then I went into health shake businesses, and then I went into some other things, and then eventually I stuck to retail, where I sold footwear and clothing. And with that, you constantly need to be up to date with the trend and what is the latest thing, and what is you need to be constantly selling. And obviously with that also comes inventory. So I have to be the buyer, and then I have to know what's in the trend, and then I need to be carrying inventory, and then so all of those things was taxing eventually. And the economy was really changing in South Africa. So I needed to basically just give myself a break from all of that. And so it was in 2018 that I really had stopped. But then last year, with the pandemic, and with so much of us experiencing this time of job security, and many people had lost jobs, and many companies were closing down. And then I knew, with my husband, he lost half of his salary, right? So I knew that I needed to do something. But at that time, I still wasn't wanting to do a business, because in my mind it's still traditional, and I wasn't sure what I was going to be selling to people in the time of when pandemic and it's lockdown and all this, until I came across the ad. And then of course in the ad, what appealed to me was that there was a family on the ad, and then I just thought the family wouldn't put themselves out there if this wasn't a legitimate business. And then furthermore, when I read on about no selling, no inventory, full training provided, all of those things just appealed to me. And then the entrepreneurial bug came alive within me again. And then I obviously just hopped onto that. And so that is how I found myself in this digital business.
Yeah, so that's what even I was even I was working as a teacher. Okay, so one thing what I was also facing was the same thing. Will I be selling some product? When I had that big question mark, do I have to go door to door selling products? So that time even I thought, okay, this is the first attraction in our marketing, the business, that there is no selling involved here. You don't go knocking at the doors, please, about selling our products. So that's the best part over here. What you
Yeah.
just now told, that also attracted you as well, that you're not selling over here.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic, when the pandemic came, all the businesses like the clothes business, which were like it was like a secondary for every person that time during the pandemic. Clothes and all came secondary. The first thing was the income. So these markets, the clothes market, the what the IT market, somewhere electronics and all hit this. They all of this got hit very badly because they were not something emergency for the people around during that time. Essential things were the most important was food, clothing, house. These were the three important things for the people during the pandemic. And to get all this was difficult during the pandemic. So what you said that okay, you were in the clothes business, you were doing some other business also apart from clothes and all. So all that that affected the pandemic affected all those places. But yeah, in our business we don't have that situation because first of all it is digital. Even whether and you go to any place, it's not like okay now I'm running from UAE. If I go to India, if I go to USA, if I go to Canada, I can carry my business along with me. It will not come to a standstill. that's
Yes.
that's yeah, that's one part I it attracted me a lot.
Yeah. Like for example, right now in South Africa, we're in a lockdown four, stage four, because numbers were rising, and so we needed to once again, restrict no gatherings, we have a curfew and all of those things, and so it again puts you under that pressure because if you're at a because for example like restaurants right now, so they cannot be open, right? They can only do delivery and obviously collections. So those are like one things, and then people are not really wanting to go out there into malls and things like that because you want to be safe, be cautious, be cautious, and you're staying at home. So for what that means for us is because we are in this online space, we don't need to worry about foot traffic. Okay, we don't need to worry about um, people that need to be walking into our door so that we can make an income. Everything is online, and that means that we are basically operating 24/7. So that is super powerful.
Yeah, very, very rightly said, Farhana. And one more thing, Farhana, there are some people, like mostly we are in contact with the ladies, right? So they
Yeah.
have got that fear in the mind, it's digital. So how will the digital work out? Is it that difficult, Farhana? What do you say? Why
I
do they
was
have that
saying,
fear?
you know what? Fear is something that fear in our head is something that we tend to make it bigger than what it really is, right? We can never ever overcome that fear if we don't take one step towards overcoming that fear. And so obviously when we have this, because I think like especially a lot of us, like for example, many of the people that I've spoken to were not even active on social media before, even myself included. I wasn't very active on social media before, and that was a conscious decision that I had made, right? But now this is coming from a business point of view, right? So obviously we are in a people's business. You and I are connecting with one another, and we are connecting with many other people over the world, all over the world. And because the digital space can be scary to a lot of people, and because it's online, and because so you don't have that security in terms of, is this real, are you real people, you know what I'm saying? So we coming out here to just give you that extra surety to say that we are real and this is a real business. And so that's why we are now a little bit more active on the social media platforms, but it's not to come on here and some people have this fear that it's digital and
Yeah.
I'm so afraid and must I do this lives. No, look, everybody has their own personality and your strengths and your weaknesses. When I started, my mentor maybe saw something within my personality, but I was dead set on no, I'm not gonna do live. I'm not ready for that. I don't know what to say. What if I come on here and I sound like a complete moron and all these things, right? Yeah, that's the fear that you have in your head, like you just don't. But once then I was introduced to a Go Life challenge in another group, focus group, and then I took it on. I just thought because it was a safe space, nobody was going to be see except for the people that was a part of that group, and I just thought, Rana, you won't know until you try, right? And so I did it. It was a 14-day challenge. I remember the very first day I was such a nervous wreck. The camera was pointing in the wrong direction, and it was so funny. But
That's how we learn.
that's how
That's
we
how we
learn.
learn.
And people in the group kept on cheering me on and just saying, well done, you're doing good, just keep on going. And then, literally by day 4, day 5, you don't even realize that you feel so, you just begin to feel so comfortable, because like for myself, all I did was just imagine that I'm literally just having a conversation with someone else. And so, and not to think, oh, I'm live and it's in front of all of these people, rah, 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 right? And so that is what I did. And then as you move along, so obviously by day 14, I was completely comfortable over all that nerves and whatever. And then I had completed the channel, and it was such a proud moment for myself, because like I had told my mentor previously, I'm never gonna do it, and you know what I'm saying. And then I took on the challenge, and this is why I'm saying, like, that fear sometimes it's so built up in our head, and it's bigger than what it really is in reality. Just take a step and find out, and then if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. It's really just up to you. So yeah, the digital space is not such a scary place to be in.
Yeah. And Farhana, one more thing. Like you were in the business earlier, right? So many, what do we say, steps have to be followed, like to go for a physical business. You have to follow some papers, so many paperworks are to be there, and you have to learn about the market, that whether your products will be, how it's going to take place in the market. You have to create something, so many things you have to follow. But in our business, what do you think? All these things are required. You have to follow all those. Yeah, how did you
So
find our business different from your physical?
So for
Like,
example, right, how do we come across the business? Like I spoke about it earlier on, that I saw an ad in my news feed, right? And so obviously I clicked on it. And then the next step was to to do the free, to register for the free webinar, right? And so we have these little micro steps in place for our business, because what we want and what we're looking for, because we're not saying that this business is just for anybody and for everybody. No, we are looking for serious people who want change. We are looking for people who's committed, who's going to take the time and effort, who's going to go through the steps, and not going to say, oh, I don't have time to watch a 90-minute webinar. If you don't have time to watch a 90-minute webinar, then how do you have time to build a business? This business is for everybody, in terms of, are you willing to learn? What is your drive, your purpose? Why do you want to do this? What? Because that is what is going to keep you motivated in staying the course with regards to doing the business. So we have this little micro steps in place, and like I said before, it's there so that we basically eliminate the people that aren't serious. We only want to work with action takers, people who's willing to learn. And so when you do that, when you get onto the free webinar, it's an experience. You need to watch it. You need to understand it. Everybody understands at different levels. And then also you get to actually meet real life people who will come on there and share their stories. How long have they been in the business, and what have they earned, and how has the business impacted them, and so on. And so I didn't wait for the live. I just went onto the replay because I needed to know what this was about. And I'm that type of person, right? Like, I want all the information. I want as much information as I can to understand, because if this is a business for myself and it's something that I'm going to take serious, then I am going to go find out as much information about that business as possible, because I need to know, is it halal? Is it something that I can do? All of those things that you need to, is it legitimate? And all of those things, obviously halal, legitimate, same thing. But yeah, you need to know, right? So for me, like, it was a no-brainer. And then after that, we have the lifetime membership that you need to purchase, which is a once-off payment. It's a $149 once-off payment. We don't have any annual fees. We don't have any monthly fees. With previous businesses that I've done before, we have annual fees and all of those things. And then you also need to you need to stay within a certain amount of a goal, for example, that you need to achieve. Otherwise, you basically fall down into a lower category. And with our business, nothing like that happens with our business. That's all the things that, in doing my investigation with the business, that really just like really got me hook, line, and sinker. So no monthly, no annual fees. You have a 30-day money back guarantee, which means you have now 30 days. Once you have the name of the company, you have all the products you are going to be put into the Facebook private group, and over there, you'll actually get to see how much people are earning and who the business owners are and all of those things. And that group is kept private to protect us and the business owners, because obviously, guys, you know what? Just as much as there's greatness out there on the online space, we also know that there are some things that are dodgy, and we just need to be precautious. So 30-day money back guarantee. And so really, what is the risk then for
Yeah,
you, other than you just
exactly.
have on them?
Yeah, there is a money back guarantee. Once you pay $149, it's not like that it's gone. There is a 30-day period where you are getting everything. During that period, you will be getting the information about the tools, the techniques, you will be getting the access to the videos, which is going to be helpful for you for your advertising. Like Farhana just now told, that everything is given to you. 90% has been done for you. The only part you have to play is a 10% part, the advertising part. 90% has been done for you. And Farhana will be the best person because you are not doing any market study here. Everything has been done, already laid out for you. So
Yeah.
I don't think so. There should be any doubt about this. And 30-day guarantee that you are getting your money back in 30 days. I mean, who can ask for more? You are getting everything. Yes, Farhana?
Yes, 100%. I mean, that's
What is stopping? I don't think there should be anything stopping us, because everything is telling us to, yes, go for it. Unless we take action and we keep thinking that, will it be okay? Is it a scam? If it was a scam, we both wouldn't be here. We both are real
yeah.
people sitting here and talking about the business.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Farhana,
So
anything? Yeah. Yes, Farhana.
no, I was just gonna say, so like, at some point you need to move past that point of skepticism, right? Because obviously you need to be precautious, you need to ask the questions and all of those things. But eventually, once all the questions has been answered and you're satisfied, then you need to move past that point and you actually need to take action. Because now you can't just sit back and expect something different or some change to happen, but you're not taking action.
You can do your own research work, right?
Yes,
We
of
can do
course.
our own research work, and then when your heart is satisfied, you can go ahead and take the step.
Mm,
Yes. So, Fatima, any last? We would like to welcome Samira. Salaam alaikum. Samira has joined us.
Mashallah.
Thank you, Samira, for joining us today. So, anything like any more information? I want you to tell to the ladies who are like, they are like, we are happy with the 9 to 5 work. We don't want to go into digital. I want you to tell them something that will encourage them, that give time to your children, give time to yourself. Nine to
Yeah.
five job, I agree. It is a regular income. I agree, but somewhere we are losing out on ourselves. You're losing out on our kids. That's what I feel.
The thing is like with a 9 to 5 job or anything where we are really safe and complacent in, right? This once again stems from fear of change and fear of doing something different and being just so that complacent person, and 9 to 5 is okay, I'm getting my job and it's X and whatever. But if you're looking at your life and yourself, like if you're seriously reflecting within yourself and in what are you doing, are you passionate about it? Number one, that do you find pleasure in it? Is it just literally something, it's just you're just doing it as a routine because I need to pay the bills, and seriously, life is not about that. Okay, not only about that. Yes, we do have responsibilities and everything is in its place in terms of risk, right? But honestly, if we think that we were made to do 9 to 5 jobs, then we especially as women, in my opinion, we really weren't, because we have so many other hats that we wear. And that mother role is such an important hat that we wear. And so this is why I've actually been an entrepreneur for 13 years, is because I've always wanted to, be at home for them, but at the same time also, like, feel that independence and do what I wanted to do. But I didn't want to compromise on the one for the other. Do you know what I'm saying? And so
Yes.
it's been a choice, and everybody, and it's fine if you're happy with what you're doing, then it's all good. But seriously sit down and just reflect on, am I happy? Is this job satisfaction? Because if you think, for example, that you want to change, right, your situation, or like for example, like with myself, I truly desire to be able to take care of my parents financially, me, not my husband, because it's not my husband's responsibility, it is mine as a child. But and so therefore I cannot expect him to do that for me, right? So if, for example, that is one thing that I want to do, the reality of a job being able to do that is really not, it's, look, I'm not talking about like really specialized jobs or people that's like, really earning good within the careers. I'm talking about like, everyday people who's earning X, who's wanting that change. Unfortunately, like, if you want to do that, a job is not really going to be the answer. You need to be able to do something where you are in control, and where you will, as far as possible, obviously, and where you will actually be able to determine how much hours you can put in and what you will get out in terms of financial gain. Because 9 to 5 is 40 to 50 hours a week. With our businesses, we're doing this, accumulatively 2 to 3 hours a day. And then what is the financial gain from it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you compare, it, being a business owner to being employed, or even being a self-employed person, it's a huge, huge, huge difference.
True,
And so I
true.
hope that we'll be able to,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes. Very well said, Farhana. Very well said, and very true. That yeah, 9 to 5 job is okay. Yeah, it is. But I feel that we are losing out on the journey of our kids maturing, becoming adults, and we are not getting time for our own self sometimes, because I was into that work, and I never had time to make special
really,
dishes for my family. Now I have got time, alhamdulillah. I'm able to make dishes, otherwise it was all 10 minutes dish. Anything which is made in 10 minutes, I have to do it. I cannot go but now, yeah, now I have time, because it is this business is giving me the time. Otherwise, 9 to 5 job wouldn't have given, because that back of the mind you have that I have to take rest. And morning I have to get up, I have to wake up, I have to take rest. Now mentally you are always in that
yes,
stress. Stress is
yes,
there at the back of the mind.
yeah. 100%. We just, as women especially, we have so much on our plate, and we neglect ourselves most of the time. We don't make time because there isn't time, especially when you're with a child. There isn't time. Yeah, night is so exhausted. You just want to, get into bed and go rest and whatever. But that's why I'm saying, like, are you truly then, happy? Are you truly, is that job performance really what is like, is it worth it? In a way, as try this out, because you know what, you can do this as a side hustle, as a part-time basis, and see, and then compare, because you'll be amazed, and then compare. Okay, this is my part-time business, and I'm doing this on a part-time basis, and this is my full-time career, and I'm doing this so many hours. What are you earning in the two different businesses, basically, in the two different options, and then you weigh the options.
Okay, thank you so much, Farhana. This was very information. A lot of information was given by you, Farhana, and I hope all my viewers, all Farhana's viewers, also will take the right decision. Please register for the free webinar and take the right decision for yourself, for your health. And there are I want to remind you, we have live webinars Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. GST and 8 p.m. EST. So please join that webinar. You are free to ask your question. There is a panel over there who is ready to answer your questions. So thank you once again. Thank you, Farhana. Thank
My
you.
pleasure, Jazakallah khair, for having me on my page. It was a great pleasure. And I
Thank
hope
you.
to see
Thank
you
you
on
so
next
much.
time.